Hello, this is Donald from Otaku no Podcast. In this video, I'm going to show you how to directly subscribe to Otaku no Podcast using your smartphone or tablet. Now, when most people subscribe to podcasts, they do it through their desktop computer or laptop using a program such as iTunes or Winamp or some other music manager software. And then when they plug their MP3 player or smartphone or tablet into their computer, those podcasts get transferred over. The problem with this, of course, is that you're tethered to your computer, which means, let's say you forget to download podcasts in the morning before you go out. Well, then you don't have access to them. Fortunately, these days, many people have smartphones or tablets, and there are apps available for those devices that let you directly subscribe to and download your podcast feeds without having to sync to your computer. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use 4 popular podcast catcher applications on the iOS platform. That's for iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. If you're an Android user, there are similar programs available in the Android marketplace, I'm sure. The first program I'm going to show you is Stitcher. Now, Stitcher is actually available for both iOS and Android. It's a podcast aggregator. Basically, it collects thousands of podcasts across the internet on various topics and lets you subscribe to them, including, of course, Otaku no Podcast. It's a free app and can be downloaded from the iOS or Android app stores. Let me launch it here. Now, Stitcher requires you to create an account with them. It is free, of course, and I have not had any indication that they spam you, but if you're worried about that, you can always create a Gmail account or a Hotmail account and use that. So let me create an account here. Basically, just give them your email address. You can choose whether or not you want to receive updates from them via email. You might want to set this to no if you want to not be bothered. Then just click the Done button. Now, Stitcher uses location services to find, I guess, maybe to find radio stations that are in your market or something. You don't necessarily have to give them your location, however. You can choose what not to if you want to. And Stitcher also sends you push notifications when new episodes of your favorite podcasts are available. When you first sign up, it'll ask you what you want to look for. So let's look for Otaku no Podcast. And there we are. So all you have to do is just tap Otaku no Podcast, episode 32 for Wednesday, March 7th, 2012. Lost Treasures 1, a chat with Lauren Landa. This episode is brought to you... I'm going to pause here. To add Otaku no Podcast to your favorite podcast, just tap the little star icon. And you can add it to your favorite station. And it's as simple as that. Now, whenever a new episode of Otaku no Podcast comes out, you'll be able to find it in Stitcher, or you can search through any of our previous episodes and play them. Otaku no Podcast, episode 28 for Monday, December. And that's Stitcher Radio. The next program I'm going to show you is called Downcast. It's my favorite, and the one I recommend that you use. It's available for both the iPhone, the iPod Touch, and the iPad. To subscribe to a new podcast, tap the plus button in the upper right. And here you can either scroll through one of their listing of top podcasts, or you can search. I'm going to search for Otaku no Podcast. And there we are. You can see that it lists both our combined feed as well as the video only and the audio only feed. Downcast, by the way, can play both audio and video podcasts. Let me subscribe to the combined feed. Just tap on it and tap the subscribe button. Now it'll automatically start downloading the latest episode for you, as you can see here. You can check on the status of downloads by tapping on the download button here in the upper right. Whoops, it just finished. When you're ready to play an episode, just tap on it, and it'll start playing. Otaku no Podcast. To listen to any of our previous episodes, tap on the View Other Available Episodes link. That'll let you scroll through all of our previous episodes. To play one, just tap on it. Now, you can either choose to download the episode, which means you have to wait for the download to finish before you can start playing it, or you can stream it directly from our website, which means you don't have to wait for the download to start before you can listen to it. Otaku no Podcast. And that's Downcast. Now let's take a look at Eyecatcher, which is also available for the iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. To find Otaku no Podcast and subscribe to it, tap the little magnifying glass icon in the upper left. Here you can either scroll through a listing of top podcasts or podcasts from various genres, or using the search box you can search for any podcast. Let's search for Otaku no Podcast. And there we are. There's both our combined feed as well as our video-only and audio-only feeds. Let's subscribe to the combined feed. Simply tap on it and tap the subscribe button. Tap done when you're finished. Now, Eyecatcher will automatically start downloading the latest episode. We can see this by tapping into Otaku no Podcast. And as you can see, it's downloading episode number 32 up there. And there it is. To start playing it, just tap on it. Otaku no Podcast, episode 32 for Wednesday, March 7th, 2012. Lost Treasures 1. Again, I'm going to pause it here. You can also scroll through all of our previous episodes and play one. Again, just like Downcast, you can either choose to download the episode, which means you have to wait for the download to finish before you can start playing it, or you can stream the episode directly from the internet. Of course, this requires an internet connection, so like if you're on Wi-Fi or you have a cell phone with a data connection. Let's stream. Otaku no Podcast, episode 28 for Monday, December 5th, 2011, Pacific Media Expo. Finally, Eyecatcher can also play video podcasts. Actually, Downcast can as well. I forgot to show you that. But let me show you how to play a video podcast in Eyecatcher. Let's find one here. Here's our Courier with Rice episode. Just tap on it, and again, you can either download or stream. I'm going to stream. Greetings! Welcome once again to the Otaku no Podcast Test Kitchens. Today, I'm going to show you how to make yet another classic. And that's Eyecatcher. Now let's take a look at Instacast. Again, available for both the iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. To subscribe to a podcast, tap the plus button in the upper left. Now, by default, it shows you a list of the top popular podcasts. Tap the search button in the lower right, and then it'll let you search for a podcast. I'm going to search for Otaku no Podcast, of course. And there we are. Again, all three of our feeds are available. I'm going to subscribe to the combined feed here. To subscribe, just tap on the subscribe button. And tap done when you're finished. Now, tap on the Otaku no Podcast icon in the sidebar here, and it'll automatically jump to our latest episode. You can begin playing it by tapping the play button in the upper right. Work or something like that. Add them to your RSS feed or whatever. Now, to access our previous episodes, there are two ways of doing this. You can tap on the little icon in the bottom right to show a list of them. Or you can use this little slider here, and this sort of acts like a timeline. As you slide to the right, you can see we're going back in time, older episodes. And you see slide to the left, we're going forward in time. And that's Instacast. As I said before, if you're an Android user, there are definitely similar programs out in the Android marketplace. Do a search for Podcatcher or Podcast Client, and you're bound to find more than one. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with us. Feedback@otakunopodcast.com, or you can reach us through any of the means on our Contact Us page on our website. I hope you enjoy our podcast. Thanks for listening.